for your kind words. Let me start this session on SAP overview. The main agenda of this session is just I'm going to explain what is the role of SAP functional consultant, what is the role of SAP technical consultant. Before that, what is what is ERP? It is a subset of ERP. ERP means many other packages are there, not only SAP, but SAP plays a vital role in major portion. So, what is the role of SAP consultant, and what is the role of the functional and technical consultants? So, in this session, mostly I am going to focus on the complete modules overview, as well as the some screenshots. I'm going to show it because unfortunately my idea training server access is not working here. So again I uninstall, and whenever it is feasible next time I will completely give the demo also. But this time only the agenda is very much particular to the these aspects. Okay, let us start quickly. Just give a minute. I am going to share the PPT. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Actually, a little background voice is coming from your end, sir.
Is it? Okay, okay. Still you are observing the background noise?
No, sir. No, it's clear.
Okay,
It's clear, sir.
thank you. So why ERP is required, first of all? Why enterprise resource planning is required? The main objective of the enterprise resource planning is to automate the back office operations. Back office operations means if you consider an enterprise, it is having different functions like human resource management, finance and accounts, production planning and control, manufacturing operations, okay, sales and distribution, marketing, and other support functions like information systems and services. So all these sales and distribution, production planning, finance, HR, HRM, all these functions needs to be integrated, automated. All the back office functions supposed to be automated. So unless until if they don't go for this back office functions automation, then it obviously it is a tasks are cumbersome, and it is a redundant and repetitive. So that is the main objective. We need to opt for the ERP, enterprise resource planning. Mainly it is going to streamline the business process. It is going to streamline the all the operations of the business process, such as human resource management, finance and accounts, controlling, production planning, material management, sales and distribution. These are the main modules. Apart from that, also many other modules also there. If you consider SAP, almost 25 modules are there. So day by day, dynamically they are changing the upgrading the environment. SAP product, SAP Labs. You might have heard about the SAP Labs. SAP product. It is a product-based company. It is there in Bangalore. Okay, offshore center is there in Bangalore. Fine. So what is the abbreviation of SAP? Abbreviation of SAP is systems and systems, applications and products in data processing. Am I clear? Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So introduction to ERP, introduction to SAP. Just I am going to give you the glimpse of navigation through SAP, means how the screens looks like, appearance looks like, because whenever we go for full demo, then just I can explain during the demo session, but it is a partially I can show the screens. Understanding the standard reports in SAP data extraction and exercise. This is last two may not be applicable. Okay. If you consider the scenario like the enterprise without ERP, enterprise without implementation of ERP, what is the scenario? See, business business is happening, business processes, business is happening without ERP. So here, like there are functions like sales and distribution, purchasing, production planning, and inventory. This inventory planning is an interface between the material management and production planning, and all this marketing and production planning and manufacturing is a kind of interface between this. So if the organization not let us say assume that if the organization going to the business without implementing the any ERP package, what is the kind of scenario you can observe here? So simple scenario is completely process is cumbersome and manual. See, customer calls or place an order, whatever it may be the order, just assume the order, any order, purchase that is sales order or whatever it may be, purchase order here. The next process is order means again the stock availability, stock confinement, all these things will be taken care at the inventory level. So then again based on that, sales office contacts the inventory, and then this production planning PP contacts the purchasing for raw material. So this is the process, entire process supposed to be in the manual way. These functions are all the back office functions, not front office functions. All these back office functions. These functions are called back office functions. Suppose these back office functions are not automated, then how the business looks like. So all the repetitive and redundancy business process tasks can be back office tasks can be activities can be automated with the help of ERP. So if it is a ERP, what kind of what ERP, which ERP suits for the organization? Organization, you might have heard about MSME structure, micro, small, medium enterprises, and also medium enterprises, large scale enterprises. In case of large scale and complex enterprise scenario, and some sort of more than medium enterprise scenario, SAP exactly comes into picture. Other than that, you can use for the any other ERPs packages based on the feasibility. Before that, we need to understand the feasibility business requirements. After the after hearing the customer voice of the after capturing the voice of the customer, understanding the business requirements, and then translate the voice of the customer into business requirements. Then see appropriately how far it is feasible, which ERP packages suits for the our and as particular to the enterprise, like what is the cost, what is the resources, infrastructure, resources mapping, the production or process or service industries, type of industries. So all those things here comes into picture whenever the feasibility matters. Are you clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Business without ERP. So business, these are all the loosely coupled modules. These needs to be these back office module entities needs to be integrated. Once if it is integrated, the complexity and redundancy can be reduced. In case of ERP. So let's deliver the end product to the customer. What is the observation here? What do you observe here? What is your observation here in this screen?
Surprise, shock.
Okay. Why?
As we can see, the person in the image is saying that I did not order this petrol. He will be shocked that the thing which he has not ordered got delivered to him.
Yes, basically the person is confused about what to order, when to order, how to order, where to order, all those things, and something which is
Yes.
confusing to him. So I'm not taking inventory delivery, taking delivery, and will never deal with you. We are sorry, sir, simply. So your business uh, order has got cancelled, maybe possibility. So if the picture of back office automation and integration, see what is this accounts and receivables. Once the customer, there is information flow, material flow, financial flow. Material flow and financial flow deals with the opposite direction. Information flow deals with the all the both the directions. Okay. Once the customer, if the ERP is installed in the installed, deployed, implemented, then sales order, then after sales order, accounts and receivables, it updated in the general ledger, then uh, updated to the purchasing, and then they supplies the raw material from the vendor, and then shop floor directly it is delivered to the warehouse or inventory, either inventory, warehouse or shop floor, and then production planning and accounts, and here once the vendor is updated, here accounts and payables are updated. Accounts and payable, here accounts payable and accounts receivable, here accounts receivable, here accounts payable. Once the transaction, once the what happens exactly here in the SAP system, once the purchase order is generated, it is converted into the production order after the receiving the goods or raw material or any goods material. Then after that, these accounts payables updated based on the invoice generated. Invoice generated. Are you getting my point? This is going to happen in the SAP system. Are you clear?
Yeah, Jagdish, there's a lot of background noise coming.
Sorry, sir.
A lot of background noise is coming.
Nandita, కొద్ది మాట్లాడద్దు.
Disturbance.
Sir, are you clear? Are you okay? Sir, are you okay? Are you fine? Is it fine now?
Yes, yes, better.
Okay. Maybe now there is no voice, but maybe I don't know the disturbance or how it is coming.
Right.
So this means all the functions needs to be back office automation functions needs to be integrated. Once if it is integrated, here the flow, complete flow for the transactions. So once it is SAP or ERP is implemented, these back office automation functions can be automated, and then further it reduces the complexity and reduce the redundancy. Further, the business transactions can be smoothly happen and streamline the business operations of an enterprise. Like what is the business functions like purchasing, production planning, and finance and general ledger, accounts payables and account receivables are comes under the finance, and then purchasing comes under the material management. Purchasing comes under the material management, production planning, this software, all these things. This purchasing and inventory comes under the material management. So before that, what is the architecture of the enterprise architecture in SAP? So now let us come to that. What is the role of functional consultant and what is the role of technical consultant? As a functional consultant, one has to understand the business process. First of all, he has to understand the functional consultant supposed to be a domain expert in their particular domain. In their particular domain, such as production planning or material management, finance and accounts, finance, HR functions, and also other specific domains. First of all, the mandatory criteria is he or she must possess the domain expertise in that relevant area in order to become a functional consultant. Domain expertise is the prerequisite. Prerequisite. Suppose then after that, understanding the business process is important. So after understanding the business process, lot of noise is coming.
I think your slide is not moving.
No, sir. Just I keep the slide there itself. Just I'm explaining.
Okay.
So, what is the role of the functional consultant? I'm explaining. The main role of the functional consultant is, first of all, he or she is supposed to be a domain expert in their particular subject matter expert or particular area. So, if they possess any kind of industry expertise in HR domain or manufacturing or material supply chain domain, manufacturing domain, or finance domain, whatever it may be, based on that, it is the prerequisite for entering into a functional role. Before that, after that, they should have a complete idea about the business process understanding, overall understanding of the business process and the business process flow. Then after that, the the other important thing is understanding the business process and doing the gap analysis uh, based on the business requirement. Suppose if you are going to implement the SAP for a particular FMCG company, before that they don't have any ERP or SAP implementation. What needs to be done? So all these business process supposed to be mapped based on their industry enterprise requirements. You don't know what is their enterprise requirement. Functional consultant has to supposed to study the complete roadmap of the complete understanding of the business process and complete understanding of the functionalities of the organization, what they are exactly doing, and check what is the gap analysis and what needs to be done. Based on that, you need to uh, customize and configure the enterprise based on the SAP product. SAP is a product, uh, systems, applications, and products in data processing, where it provides the framework for configuring and customizing the enterprise based on the modules like material management, production planning, human resource management, business intelligence, or business warehousing, or different modules are there. So based on that, they need to configure and customize the functionality with respect to the enterprise requirements. So it requires uh, lot of steps. Implementation steps are there. Pre-implementation, first voice of the customer, the understanding the business process, gap analysis, and then blueprint. After blueprint, pre-implementation phases. After pre-implementation phases, pilot analysis, pre-implementation, and then implementation phase, and then rollout, and then finally post implementation. Like that, many phases are there. So the role of the functional consultant is very much interesting, and huge scope is there. And what is the role of the technical consultant? Technical consultant, he must be proficient in the programming skills like ABAP and advanced business application programming. Technical consultants are basically system administrators as well as technical consultants like ABAPers. Those are the technical consultants. Those they are going to closely work on functional consultants and business analysts. Once the functionality is explained, they are going to uh, code the requirements based on the graphic user GUI interface, SAP GUI features interface requirements. So their criteria is to program or coding and enhancements, providing the technical feasibility and also interacting with the functional consultants and providing the support to the functional consultants like that, and also interacting with the business analysts. SAP business analysts or ERP business analysts also there. Sometimes in small organizations, business analysts and functional consultants, they are going to act as a same role. So before that, what is the architecture of the SAP? Enterprise structure integrating business. So these are the different modules, traditional modules: finance, production, sales, logistics. These logistics, sales and distribution, material management, production, all these comes under the logistics only. Human resource and supply chain management module is separate module, and integrated business planning. These modules are part of the advanced planning optimization module, and business warehousing and business intelligence also one module is there. Do you have any queries?
No, sir.
So what is the IT environment required for this ERP or SAP? So before the architecture, what is the IT environment? So it needs some configuration, minimum some system, hardware system requirements, OS and application patching, application distributions, application install packaging. That is packaging. It is a package. SAP is a package, or ERP are mostly packages because it is already programmed with the help of ABAP and other technical programming languages, and it is provides the full end-to-end business solutions for catering to the needs of the functional modules. So all the modules are integrated and provide the business solutions, feasible business solutions to the enterprises. So they need to check the application compatibility, different things not required. Systems, applications, and products in data processing. It is basically a German organization, German company. Even if you might have heard about Bahn, it is also part of German company. So history is like founded in 1972 and 1977, system analysis and programming development. And SAP is both name of the company as well as their ERP product. It is a product. Initially, they released to R by 1, R by 2, R by 3, R3 module. After that, ECC module. And then now they are going to the digital business like cloud versions. SAP S4 HANA, SAP S4 HANA version now. So these are the different ERP packages available in the market. Bahn, it is acquired by some other organization like Invensys. Bahn is one of the ERP, and JD Edwards, Siebel, CRM. Siebel is now part of the SAP, I guess, and Ramco, Microsoft Dynamics, even Microsoft Office products, Microsoft Dynamics, operations and finance, supply chain management, manufacturing modules also cater to the needs of these small enterprises. That is called Microsoft Dynamics or Microsoft operations and finance module. PeopleSoft and other modules are there. And you can observe the share of the different ERPs. SAP ERP share is more. Other ERPs also there. So when to choose SAP, when to choose other ERPs based on the complexity, cost, availability, budget, and necessity, requirement, other parameters are there, will be supposed to be considered. So this is Microsoft. Nowadays, people are also moving to Microsoft for investment is less and also provides the for small enterprise. It is more convenient. Microsoft Dynamics, operations and finance. See, it is growing, and SAP also it is a major role. Now it is going for the cloud version. S4 HANA. What is the architecture of R by 3? Usually presentation server, application server, database server. You can see this. These are the different GUIs, clients, you can access from here. Client CSS GUI is available. This is presentation layer. This is presentation layer where you can do the all configuration, customization, and end user. All the end user activities are configuration, customizations. Uh, just there will be stored in that database RDBMS, and the database server will be there. And these are the different application servers. This is the application server, database layer, application layer, presentation layer. This is the R by 3 architecture. So here, the role of the functional consultant is to understand the domain expertise, understand the business process, mapping the business process based on the enterprise requirements, and configuring, customizing, and client interactions, and also interacting with the technical, and providing the requirements to the technical requirements to the technical consultants. And if he or she having some technical knowledge, that is also more very much convenient for that. You can see this presentation layer, and then it interacts with the application server further, and then it further interaction with the web server, and then that database, application server, database, and this is a web server or client browser. Is a network. Are you clear? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now most of them are moving to cloud version. Cloud version, that is S4 HANA version. So the presentation layer comprises of GUI, that is called graphics user interface, workstation, very light, and also the characteristics, sends request to the application server, obtain the screens from the application server, and displays database server, interface between the it all acts as an interface between the database, store the database in the whatever the transactions or logic is happening, that is going to store in the RDBMS, also holds the vendor specific DB driver. Interface, it also acts as a interface between the application server and the RDB database. You can see this. Usually, this is the standard terminology. Delivery client named with instance, that is called instance, SAP instance 00001, or production client 100, for example. These are instances. You can call it as instances. And test client 999. There are training server, development server, test server, production server. All these, once all the changes are taken place, and finally it goes to the production, and then implementation is going to take place. Implementation and rollout and user acceptance is going to take place. Then post implementation and post implementation issues. This is the hardware, operating systems, databases, languages where a technical consultant is going to work on this ABAP, advanced business application programming. It is just like a programming language like C, C++. They are going to work based on this GUI requirements, graphic user requirements, and enhancements. This is GUI in this environment, SAP GUI, SAP presentation layer, this presentation layer, and database. And then application servers will be there. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So these are the different modules. Now there is no ERP, R by 3. Long back R by 3 is there. After that, the version changed to ECC, SAP ECC. Now SAP S4HANA, cloud version, digital business, SAP digital business solutions. There are different modules. These are the traditional modules. All these modules are traditional modules. Quality management, plant maintenance, warehouse management, and this is a part of material management again, and then human capital management, project system, all are traditional modules. Apart from that, SAP BW is another module, that SAP NetWeaver module. It provides the business intelligence solutions. And one more module is called SAP Advanced Planning and Optimization for providing the supply chain management solutions specifically, cater to the needs of the supply chain solutions, optimizing the supply chain. And then one more module is SAP Integrated Business Planning. It is a part of SAP supply chain only. So my SAP industry solutions, some examples are SAP for automotive, different industry specific solutions, banking, mining, chemicals, all these are. So SAP for healthcare is there, public sector is there, high tech. These are the verticals. These are the domains. These are the different different verticals: healthcare vertical, high tech, retail domains. Under this, you can see automotive comes under this uh, manufacturing domain, telecommunications, and this high tech. So these are the different terminology you are going to use this for SAP modules. So these are the screen navigation. As I told you, my IDS server already I bought for some monthly rent, but it is uninstalled because of some system issues. So I can show you this. So this is the SAP navigation screen looks like. This is the client you are using for the training or something 100. You will be provided with user and password, and then language usually it is a English language or as per the Indian country specific. Enter your user ID and enter your password, and enter the client number as well as the language entered by the administrator. Then proceed. Then proceed. So these are some of the instructions how to use the passwords and how to use the these things. After entering this, the screen appearance looks like. I will show this in this one more thing. One minute. Just a minute. Just give some time. Is my screen share is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See screen navigation here. SAP Material Management. Let us see Material Management. So here, new password, login. This is the client 800 here client specific to this 800 client here. User ID, password, and then standard toolbar. You can see all the standard toolbar like menu, edit, all these things, command field, menu bar, title bar, and standard toolbar and application toolbar. So under these cross application components, collaboration projects, under the logistics, you can observe the material management and also production, planning, sales and distribution, all those components under this logistics, and human resource and accounting. Under accounting, you can observe the finance module. So menu bar, what is this menu bar? And this standard toolbar. It is. I'm going to share this document. I think I have already shared this document with you, correct? And some of the standard going back, exit, and log off. Is a command prompt. You can type the command prompt here. Once if you type the command prompt, it will navigate to the next screen. It is going to navigate to the next screen. And for admin, they used to provide the roles and all. Okay, system admin and technical consultant. System admin usually called basis SAP basis consultant, and new session icon. new session icon is this. Click on this new session and then log off and then log off. SAP MM procurement process. So basic procurement, what is the procurement life cycle? Supplier contract, background, negotiation, order fulfillment. These are the business process flow. One should have an idea of this, the complete procurement life cycle if he is a MM consultant. So determine the requirement, purchase requisition and purchase order, goods received or invoice received, and invoice verification and vendor payment. So all of you are aware of this process flow, or should I explain? Just go to the screen, logistics. See in this logistics, this is the configuration for SPRO. Under IMG, you need to customizing. Go to the execute project here. But under this logistics, you can find this material management and all, production planning, SPRO. So this is T code is called transaction code. Transactional code to reach out each IMG SAP project reference object. Transaction code in the command field. This is a command field, and just based on that, these are the customizing worksheet. Manage the work list. See this here. You can just consultant supposed to configure the customize the configure the enterprise structure based on the requirements. Suppose based on the company organization requirements. Suppose if it is a banking or healthcare, based on that organization requirement, he is supposed to she is supposed to customize the enterprise structure. Or if it is a company like food Nestle, or some other food manufacturing or some other manufacturing organization, based on that business functionality, they need to configure this enterprise structure, configure and customize. See here, material management, logistics management, plant maintenance. So where is the production planning? Production planning also the production planning and process industries. The process industries. So for material management, you need to create a material. Okay, what do you have to do? You need to create a material. So material, what is material? Some of the data is called master data. Master data is which is materials, bill of materials, routing, and all these are master data. All these you need to create in the material goods. All these things you are supposed to do in the MM enterprise structure. Like you need to create a client, company code, plant, storage location, purchase organization, and purchasing group, and assign accordingly. See this. So this is the assignment. Client company code is assigned, where finance and accounts controlling is there for this company code, and then plant is assigned for plant 1, plant 2 assigned for this company code, means where the your general ledger and accounting transactions, and then your plant again storage location, a storage location, and then purchase organizations, and then purchasing groups. Are you clear so far? At least for overview, because it is a vast. At a one shot is highly difficult to understand and get the glimpse. Even I am also just completely. I cannot say I am also not a expert. I know up to some extent based on my understanding and explaining currently. Once you cannot say you are a master for everything, but it requires a lot of time and lot of effort and understanding to become an expert. You need to spend many years in the SAP field, then you will become an expert. Client company code. What is a client? Client is a commercial organization unit in R/3 system. Set of the master data. I told you what is master data. The client is basically for company code. Sorry, client. Sorry, company code is assigned to the client and company code. Within the client and has the profit balance sheets. I told you, accounting and finance, the company code, general ledger transactions. So company code supposed to be assigned to the client and then plant, storage location, purchase organization further. So localized sample, because localized means India and other countries, Germany, their localized currency is there, or localization requirements are there based on the enterprise. Suppose organization is located in somewhere, you are localized based on the Indian enterprise structure. You are assigning currency here, but based on the other where the organization is located somewhere else outside the country. So based on that, localization and internationalization, globalization. Are you clear?
Yeah, yes.
So first create a company, define a company here. This company do it in the financial accounting. The high level mapping, strategic business mapping comes under this financial accounting. And then it is going to ask how to do that. Path IMG, go to the IMG, and then definition, financial accounting, define company code, transaction code. There is a specific transaction code for this. You need to use this transaction code in this command prompt or whatever the way useful. And then assign the company name and company name, company 1, company 2, or company new entries. And then create a company code for that. And here copy delete option is there. New entries. SAP AG is the for Germany company code. And then they will ask the fields company code, company name and all. New entities. Create a plan. Go to the logistics general, define this plant here. Define plant here, copy, delete, and define plant cross system. This plant is assigned to this company plant. What is this plant? This company code. Plant is assigned to the company code here. Plant name is some work here. And then it goes like this. Are you clear? The screen navigation, just overview.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will go to the PPT again. Is my screen share is visible? Is my screen share is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us quickly finish this, and after that we will have a QA session for 15-20 minutes. So this is how the SAP Easy Access looks like. This is a standard menu. Easy Access screen, command prompt, application toolbar, standard toolbar, command field, and title bar, navigation, navigation area. This is the navigation area. This box, and this is the status bar, where you can get the status here. the material is created, enterprise company code is generated. Like that, you will get. What is transaction? Transactions let us users create, change, or display data, running a report in SAP. Command field and user or SAP means favorites. This is some transaction code here. For purchasing or whatever it may be, I forgot exactly. Recollect this code. Based on that, it is going to navigate the screen. Yes, it is a purchase requisition. ME51 is the command prompt command transaction code for the purchase requisition. Stock values balances MB5L. See, you can see this. And if you want to add some favorites, you can add in the favorites. See, after this, you can generate text here. Time sheet, mandatory field, and match code. You can now go to the again go to this. Okay, maintain purchase organization, and then purchase organization, create purchasing group, new entries, describe the purchasing group here. So these are the configuration steps, configuration and customization, customizing steps, customization steps in the ING, organizational units, plan to company code, and purchase organization to company code. When purchase organization is assigned to company code, plant is assigned to company code. Are you clear? And again, purchase organization is specific purchase organization is assigned to plant. Do you have any queries? And standard of purchasing organization to plant like this. So what is master data? Material master data. Main, it comprises of main data and additional data. You need to enter these fields while creating a material. So basically it is a master data. Material master follows this specific data, includes information of materials that company can procure or produce or store to sell. Different material types. So like this, I will show the PP production planning overview also. We have very less time.
Version what you are showing now, Jagdish, is it SAP? Which version is this?
That is old version, sir. Old version. Because
For
yeah. Yes. 4.6. 4.6 R by 3. SAP R by 3 version I am showing.
Okay. Now I
SAP
think
R3 version. R3 version I am showing.
R3. Okay.
Now the SAP versions changed, and now they are going to S4 on a cloud version.
Oh, correct.
So this is production planning. Just now till now I have shown this material management,
Right.
production planning. So This is called make to order process, make to stock. I think you might be aware. I don't know. Many of them are not aware of this. Some of the terminology. These are the terminology required for production planning.
No, they are all aware because it was covered in the operational management subject, basic, first semester. Introduction to operational management, we have covered this. Make to order, build to stock.
Okay, this is the create material initial screen. So it will ask the first screen material industry sector material type like this. And if you have a standard material, you can copy from that or you can create. And then create material like this. Industry sector, anything you can give, pharma, mechanical, or anything. Type of raw material or semi-finished or finished goods. So the views appears like this: basic data 1, basic data 2. You need to select all this while creating material, work scheduling, MRP1, MRP2. MRP means material requirement planning here. Here sales plan data here. So these are the some of the guide, user guide. If you go through this user guide, you will come to know, you will understand the complete basics. The basic data on screen appears like this. An MRP view. MRP type, it is going to ask MRP type and lot size. And here MRP controller it is going to ask. So these are the some of the standard SAP options are available. Like this, you have to follow this step 1, step 2 like this. Fine. Okay. And then bill of materials. Work center, how to create a work center. So these are the steps you need to follow. Once if you become an expertise, no need to go through user guide or anything. While the initial stage, maybe these user guides are required. But understanding the organization business process, mapping the organization business process, and gap analysis are required before customizing the interface structure of a particular organization, maybe pharma industry or for process industry, power plant or FMCG or automotive industry, whatever it may be the domain. So in this way, the production planning, there is a specific integration between the production planning and material management and finance also, and sales and distribution. Okay. So you will get some system messages, some of the messages like this codes. You can observe this warning messages, information messages, error messages. So this is the command bar, purchase requisition. See this, and then this is the scroll buttons, F1 help, layout menu, create shortcut, create session, different these things are there, save, exit. This is the transaction code you can give here, transaction code. Moving from one transaction to other transaction, you can type this transaction code here. And then you can get the system messages like this, information messages, no action is required, SAP is informing particular fact or condition like this. And creating a new session, starting a new session using the command field. So this is the general ledger account or create purchase requisition like this. And then help for help F1. You can see this this one, F1 and other buttons. Is a mandatory field here. Star will be there. Okay, almost this is the overview. If you have any queries, you can ask me. This is the navigating using the user menu. Whatever the type you are typing in this command prompt is transaction code. You are giving this some transaction code here, and this is see this. This is a navigation part. Navigation part. Menu bar, toolbar, application bar, and many other things are there. You have any queries? Do we have any queries? Maybe whenever I have access for the training server access, we will just schedule the demo part. After that, just this is a part of complete overview. You will get some sort of idea what is this, just overview, how the screen looks like. So here the roles are different. End user role is different, and the consultant role is different. Consultant is the functional consultant, and technical consultant role is somewhat different from the end user role. Functional consultant and technical consultant, system administrator, and end user. Are you clear?
Janish?
Sir.
Yes. Okay, good.
Okay, sir. This is the complete overview. I can say whenever I have some demo server access, I will let you know. Or else we will try to arrange some demo server access after some time, and we will schedule the demo after some time.
Right.
So now this is the screen navigation part, and what is ERP, how many types of ERPs are there, why SAP is required, or why other ERP packages are required, and what is the role of functional consultant, what is the role of technical consultant, what is the role of system administrator, what is the role of end user, all these things. Guys, you have any queries?
No, sir.
Okay, then we will wind up this session. Maybe I will catch up later, you guys, and maybe I suggest you to purchase some training server access. They will provide the training server access to you, and they will share the instance to you. Means SAP GUI you can install in your personal desktop or laptop. Once if you do that monthly, it is a 500 cost or 600 cost. If someone is interested, you can get the numbers, or I can give the numbers to you. You can contact, and you can learn whenever you have free time. Then based on that, after some time, If you share the screen from your end, I can give the demo also.
Okay. So Jagdish,
Yeah.
you are saying per month it is 500, is it charges?
Per month 500 they will charge, sir. It is they will give some SAP GUI access. They can access from the cloud. They will give the from cloud user password. Cloud. I think they
It is
provided.
a sandbox server, sandbox or
It is a sandbox server, sir. Correct. It is a sandbox only. That is called a training server or IDS server also. Sandbox server.
it doesn't have any live data. It is only some sample data. Correct.
Only SAP standard data or some training data. Maybe there no live data.
Correct.
No live data.
Correct.
So you guys, if you are interested, you can easily get it from the Google, like SAP Sandbox server training access server providers, like that you can type SAP Sandbox access server training providers, like that you can get the phone numbers, and you can just, if you pay 500, they will provide the Sandbox server access. Otherwise, I have the numbers with me. I can provide you also.
Correct.
If someone is really interested, you go ahead and install, because I have already procured that and installed, but somehow I faced some laptop issues with that. I don't know because what is for what reasons it happened, but somehow I installed within 1 week time. But it may not be case with all. It is going to work with you, because I'm also dealing with some many other daily day-to-day work also. That's why I uninstalled. But it is not an issue. You can go ahead with purchasing for this 500. 500 is very reasonable amount.
Correct.
And once if you install, someone is, if you are already installed, they will provide the steps easy. Installation is very easy. After that, if you inform me, we will try to schedule demo session from your screen.
And what is the now the for corporates or anybody? What is the user license fees approximately? I remember 20 years back it was some.
Yes, sir. User license fees for corporates is different, and educational institutes, they will provide the sandbox server access. Directly you can get the license. That is also possible. But for educational institutes, it is a fee, cost is less, very less, and because it is a complete training purpose. For organizations who are implementing SAP, the cost is very high, because they are doing the business. But you are asking that only, sir, or anything else?
Same. The L&T, when we implemented long back, that time license was some 4 lakhs per user license. Now it must have come down because of the cloud. Correct.
Yes, sir. Because of the cloud, it has come down.
No,
If
that
it is
time
yes, sir.
we had to have our own server, network, everything. So now all that is over now. So you don't have to have your own network infrastructure and hardware inside. And also the whole terminals and customer and end user terminal. Also that very simple and easy. Though you have what you call the thin client and all that. So
Yes, sir.
those days we used to have all the old box type of terminals and all that.
Yes, sir. Very that is somehow old technology. Now the cloud and digital solutions came into picture. So because of that, some accessibility issue resolved, flexibility increased.
And then
So
that becomes easy.
that become easy, and also institutes can take the rent purpose for cloud access, also some fixed time. Also they can opt, instead of completely buying the access, they can buy it from the cloud. They will provide the cloud services based on that, some one year access, like that. But nominal fee, educational institutes also can buy it, or students can buy some minimal charges, 500 to 1000 for their training, simple training, monthly access.
Correct. I think it is very good because now most of the company, whether small or medium, especially SAP has been focusing very much on the MSME sector for last 5-10 years. They seem to have added a large number of users in the MSME sector also. And also both manufacturing and service sectors now largely they are implementing SAP, and SAP is the market leader. Of course, you have Oracle, Ramco, many of the Indian companies are implementing Ramco also. But SAP is the standard, industry standard.
The Indian companies are more or less preferring for the whatever you said, sir. All the small scale ERP packages they are using rather
Correct.
than SAP.
Ah, SAP costs are very high, and then
Yes.
it requires a lot of manpower to maintain and update and upgrade. That they keep on sending patches, regularly. So somebody has to take care. Otherwise, your system will not work. It will become slow. So that
Yes,
is,
sir.
yeah. Because SAP around the clock, the research is going on. They keep on sending patches. That is the problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But even Microsoft Dynamics, you might have heard about Microsoft Dynamics,
Right.
operations and supply chain, operations, finance, manufacturing, they came. That is also most user friendly and very less costly for implementing my MSME sector.
Correct.
Microsoft Dynamics,
Ah,
that is also ERP package.
correct.
So someone is asking, sir, will the features will be different for Sandbox and S4HANA server? Maybe you this question, S4HANA server is a cloud version, and you will get this some standard version access for this, but you need to check with them which version they are going to provide. But if you want S4HANA server, you need to talk to them. You need to talk to them which version you want.
Correct.
But is usually cost is between 500 to 1500 based on your requirement or monthly. 500 also you may get. Maybe if you want, I will provide the numbers. I will share it with you in the WhatsApp group. Someone is really interested, you can ask them. Also, you can get it from the Google also. Any other queries? Otherwise, else I am going to wind up.
Yeah. Because I also have another appointment. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks for coming and attending this session. Almost more than 1 hour 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.